Hey everybody, we're back for round 2 at the Nick Hyde from Jomez Productions. Got the BigSexy commentary team, myself, Nate Sexton, and Jeremy Koling.
Yeah, what up guys? Happy to be out doing another round here with Nate Sexton, and this is going to be an awesome card to watch.
Yeah, we got the leader group. Peter McBride came out of the gates on fire.
Wow, 15 down.
And he's leading it. We got Paul, McBeth, and myself tied at 13, and then you have Simon at 12.
Do you think 15 down is more impressive with no eagles?
No.
No?
But it's still, I mean, either way, right? I mean, I don't think it's more impressive, but I think it's amazing either way.
Yeah, it was just an outstanding round. He started off hot from the gates, and he just kept it going the whole way.
He got this one a little overcooked.
Oh, just barely out of bounds, man.
Yeah.
And you got to push that fence line with that hyzer. You know, if you want to get it to skip to the pin without going down the hill, you really have to push that fence.
So, Germ, this is a forehand shot I'm going to go with the X-Cal. You may tell me what you think of this line.
Oh, yeah. That's not how you draw it up, but there are lines back there.
No, there's not.
No, there's not, probably.
There's no lines. But, yeah, I don't know what happened. I threw it straight in the woods.
Yeah, I had a similar shot first round, and my shot would have gone in the woods had it not caught edge and rolled first. So, a little bit of headwind. You really want to pump something that's stable. And
this is Paul with the FD3 perfect shot. He kept it low enough to where the skip wasn't big.
Oh, gosh.
It was a drop-in. Amazing shot.
Yeah, that's how you want to start there.
And Simon, I don't know if he might also go FD3 here. I didn't ask it, but something probably in that speed range with his arm speed. You can see that wind blowing.
Slow to stay away from the wind, which is really nice there. And there's that little skip that you're going to get down that hill with it just fading away. But, you're looking at it from about 45 feet. And, there's worse things like this.
This is a lot worse.
Yeah.
Fantastic shot there.
Oh, you were definitely at least 15 feet closer to the pin.
I had no choice there. I couldn't do anything. Pretty frustrating to throw myself into that spot.
A little sexy Firebird there.
Yep. Just get out of here with a bogey.
That is a good disc.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that is a good disc.
Peter trying to save the par. Not really probably worth going super hard at it, honestly. So he made a good play there. Just get out of there.
Yeah, get out of there with your 4. That's kind of a scary putt too. To get the distance, to have a really good run at it, you're gonna be pushing the OB line if you miss it.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about Simon's with the way he putts. Once I saw that he had airballed it, I thought there's a chance he could slide that thing right out of bounds.
Right. I mean, he makes a lot because he has that spin putt that he can just keep the disc floating for tons. Just from forever. But if he misses, he finds himself with some comebackers.
Yeah. Paul with the tap-in birdie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Simon with the par. And Peter and myself with some kind of disappointing bogeys to start off.
It happens. This hole is right there in front of you, but like we said yesterday, 306 feet uphill, it plays like it's closer to 350 to 375.
Yeah, for sure.
And if that wind just constantly blowing, it makes things a little bit tricky.
Definitely.
Hole 2 is one of the holes on the course where there's a couple different ways you can play it. You can attack it with a roller, which I've seen some players do, or you can just lay it up and then try to get yourself a somewhat easy approach. But there's really no easy approaches on this green. No,
it's pretty slanted, and as you can see, you got that water. This is a pretty unique hole. I don't feel like we play a lot of holes that feel like this one.
I can't relate this to anything else personally at all. So this is. Oh, Paul just barely off. Yesterday he did a similar line. And he's just got to keep that about 1 or 2 inches lower, and he's going to be looking at his...
looking at an eagle putt.
Eagle, yeah. I was going to say birdie or eagle, but...
Same with Simon. If those get through, you're going to be by the green. Peter went wide route, just kind of a smart, safe play.
Yeah, I feel like that's the smartest play. There's less trees and everything else in the way. It's just going to leave you a little bit longer approach.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was feeling a pretty strong tailwind here, so I decided to go with the roller.
I was going to ask you. Yeah, that's what I decided to go with as well yesterday, and it got me to about a similar spot, actually, which is...
Yeah, I was actually sort of thinking I could probably get a 2 here, but I didn't quite get the angle right.
Yeah, the hillside is kind of difficult to keep the angle the way you want that far with all the hills and undulations there. But
yeah, definitely.
Just getting up there with the distance without hitting anything is,
Yeah,
bonus.
I was super happy with the shot. It was pretty routine from there.
Yep. And that's kind of what you want to do there with McBeth's approach. You just want to kind of play it up to the hillside and let it filter down to the bottom of the hill, have a little uphill 15, 20-footer.
Yeah, Simon got up some unfortunate root action there, but still right there on the green.
Right in Simon range.
And this is another popular kind of way to attack it, and he got the brakes put on it just perfect.
Yeah, that could have gone two ways. If that had hit a different part of the ground there, that could have been 30 feet away. And that looks pretty routine as well if it sits.
It went a little long, but nothing I'm worried about.
Those roots just kind of scare you a little bit. You never know what's going to happen, so that's a good thing it just hit the ground. Solid putt there from Simon.
Yep.
When he gets that putter going,
yeah,
he really makes it from anywhere.
Yeah, he does.
That's a solid putt there as well.
Couple of birdies, and these other two guys are sitting pretty close. I'm thinking they're going to convert.
Oh yeah. Good card action there. 4 birdies.
Yeah.
You see some funky things happen on this hole, and I saw a spit out yesterday from about 10 feet, one of the shortest spit outs I've ever seen.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so, that basket, anytime they're elevated, I feel like they're prone to spit out just a little bit more. I don't know why.
I think it's just about the angle of the putter coming in.
Right.
Like if you're putting uphill into a basket, the chains just don't do their job quite as well.
Right, they're not designed that way, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, they want to hit square. So here we go, hole 3. A gettable par 4 if the wind is right. Most power players are going to go with a really high ante and try to flex back towards the pin at the end. You also have the underneath play, backhand in the air. You could roll it low. You could do a lot of things.
Yeah, definitely don't see Paul going low.
No, I wouldn't expect it. We had a pretty strong right to left here, though. So the over-the-top play was a bit scary because it felt like if you showed the bottom of the disc once it started to hyzer, that you could end up lifting across that walking path that you can see on the left, and that's actually out of bounds.
Right, you definitely want to avoid anything hyzering too hard to the left. I think the play is to try to throw something overstable and try to force it towards the lake and let the wind do the rest.
Yeah, so this is doing that exact thing.
Oh.
Simon went a little high, lifted him, and took him over the path out of bounds.
And that's the Peter McBride play right there. Just that is his game. I feel like he is one of the best in the business at really utilizing everything that he has.
Yeah, yeah.
He does such an incredible job of just lacing fairways. I'm sure that's why he shot such a great first round.
Yeah, so here I'm just taking advantage of the wind, playing a hyzer route that I wouldn't do unless we had a strong wind.
Right. That's going to put you in a good spot right there. Just make you a little bit of woods in the way, but
I'm in a giant mud pit, but I like the spot.
I heard you like to get dirty, so that's fine.
Nice shot for Peter.
Oh, almost giving it a little bit of a run there,
Yeah,
mate.
a little bit, and then the wind wouldn't really quite let it skip like I hoped, but still a pretty good shot.
Yep.
Paul just laying up here in the heavy wind. He's not going to let that get away from him. Simon from probably 65, 70, looking to save a birdie
Oh my gosh.
into a raging headwind, no problem.
That's what a spin putt gets you right there. If you can keep that disc floating, that is awesome. I love Simon's reaction. Good shot, bad shot. That's kind of the face you always see.
Yeah, he's definitely a happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah, if he throws a bad shot, sometimes you'll just see him lie down on the ground and just kind of do this Vogue pose. Oh no, Nate.
That headwind just got under it. I tried to put enough rotation on it, but I wasn't too... I was disappointed, but I'd rather hit that band than miss it low.
Yeah, I feel like that's a problem I have quite a bit into a headwinds is keeping it
This
high
wind
enough.
Look at that flag. The wind was... I was dead into the headwind, and that's not a putt that I'm going to make more than about 75%. When I'm putting good.
Even when 25 feet into that kind of wind, it's
a good putt. It feels like a 40-footer.
Yeah, nobody really is looking for that, especially for your 3 there.
Yeah. All right, back to hole 4. So, as we told you guys yesterday, this is a really unique hole. Tough par 5, probably my favorite hole on the course just because of all the different approaches you can take.
Yeah, and just like most of the holes on the course, if you're off the fairway at all, you're kind of doing what you were doing on hole 1. You're pitching out.
Yep. So we're going to see Paul go with a super aggressive play here, trying to go big turnover over all the trees, kind of cut the corner, and then flex back into the fairway.
Oh, wow, that looks great. Yeah, just like this hole is going opposite of the last hole, so now we have a huge left to right wind.
Oh, helping wind.
A helping wind, yeah. So the play for a lot of players was to go big high and show the bottom edge of the disc so that the wind can do the rest and really push it over to the right.
Simon's going for an ace here.
Yeah, 882 feet. That's only 180 feet shorter than what he's thrown before.
That was close to making it out.
Yeah.
He got caught by the last tree, looked like.
That's kind of, that's the danger of playing that shot. That shot can get you to a place where you're looking at almost an easy 3 on this par 5. However, you kind of have to filter and get maybe a little lucky.
Yeah, sure. And here we're going to see a player who doesn't quite have Simon's arm speed trying to go Simon's route.
Maybe a bit high out of the hand.
And a little early on the turn.
Yeah. Now, I know that Will Schustrick had landed in the middle of 9's fairway.
Yeah.
Which is right about where you're going, right there.
Yeah.
And he had an easy, well, I say easy, I didn't see his lie, but he had a skip shot to the green and had a tap in 3.
That's pretty cool.
So it can happen. You can get lucky through there. There are routes in the woods.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you just want to stay away from there.
Yeah. Paul trying to turn something.
That's looking...
That exact same tree that denied him yesterday got him again.
I mean, that misses that tree. He might be past the basket.
Yeah. Here's me for my second directly sideways pitch out of the round.
Yeah. That can happen all around if you're just 5 feet off.
Yeah. And now I could see the flag from here, so I'm just trying to keep this shot straight and take a good skip. It apparently didn't do what I wanted because I was sort of surprised when I got down here to be deep in the woods. I kind of thought I threw it okay.
Yeah, that was a great looking shot.
But it didn't quite react like I wanted.
From your position there, the one thing you really want to try to do as best as you can is just keep that thing straight the whole way. If you skip, you're gonna land in those bushes. I did the same thing actually yesterday.
Yep. So here's Peter.
That's for his 3.
Yep, and that's not bad. I mean, he got a little bit heavy on it, but he's putting.
I've seen him throw that shot in several times, so that's not out of his skill set whatsoever at all. He has great touch of that distance, keep the disc floating without going too far past.
Yep.
One of the things that makes him a really special player, actually.
Simon with a little fancy shot.
Oh, a little tricky.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, you got to bring out all the trick shots out here.
Oh, you want to see a trick shot? Talk about an R Pro Dart thumber.
Wow.
Right into a tree, but not too bad. This is Peter from probably just outside circle 1, maybe 35, 36 feet.
Yep.
And he nails it. He's very, very effective from that range.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the slow motion.
Baywatch moment there. Oh, Paul. A little disappointing there, I'm sure.
I saw a couple of those yesterday. And
Simon with a pretty easy birdie after driving it. I mean, he drove it in the rough, but if you drive it that far, then the pitch out gets you right where you want to be.
I'd take distance on this hole for sure.
Yep.
I mean, if you can get one pitch out to a decent spot, it's not that difficult to get your 4 still.
Yep.
As long as you're getting 500-600 feet of distance here.
For sure.
You can navigate 3 strokes.
For sure.
In those last little bit of distance there.
2 birdies, 2 pars. Not too bad. I would have liked to take advantage of that helping wind a little bit better.
Hole 5, little short one,
Yeah, probably the first one of the round. But yeah, you got options, up the middle, forehand around the outside, a lot of rough around the green, so you kind of have to just control your speed, get in there and stop near those roots or near those bark chips ideally.
I'm always amazed when I play this course, when I play in tournaments, how many people miss this hole. It's a straightforward shot, but it seems to have really, I don't know if it's just in the player's head because it's the first short par 3 or what it is, but it's just got weird, I don't know, results for some reason.
This is perfect.
Yeah, those 2 shots are exactly the way you draw them up.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do, what Peter just did.
Back the camera guy up. If you can do that, you're doing something right.
And this is Paul. It got away from him a little, but this bounce was actually pretty sweet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and he kicked it right to the basket.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is what feels like a pretty easy shot for me, but I'm kind of in struggle mode right now.
Those Guardians do that. I swear, I see that all the time.
Yeah. Trying to get a save.
Oh, that's a great looking run.
Just got a little bit of chain, but not enough to hang on.
Yeah. Was that a dart?
It was.
Yeah, that was a good run from there. Smooth. I love watching him putt.
Yeah.
He's got to be one of my favorite people to watch putt.
Really, all facets of the game. He's gonna bring you some exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Wherever he is on the
He's
course.
fun to play with, and he's just, he used to be known as the go for everything kind of guy.
Yeah.
He still kind of has that in him for sure because he's got the
definitely.
distance and he's got the imagination to do it.
Definitely.
But I think we really saw something when he won the Ledgestone a couple years ago because that was one tournament where you couldn't go for everything.
Yeah, definitely.
And so to show that he has that range to be able to hit those shots and also lay up is it's impressive to watch him play.
Yeah. I got the sole par. Everyone else with birdies. I think maybe Simon just realized that winning is even more fun than going for shots.
That's debatable. There's sometimes when things aren't going your way and you just really want to rip one.
Yeah.
There's nothing more fun than that.
Yeah. So then this one we got skinny little gap, only 222 feet, and then the basket hiding right behind that large tree.
I'm going to say from my personal experience, this is the hardest hole in the course.
I thought Simon hit one of the first trees, but he snuck past it by maybe
Yeah, it doesn't look like he hit much.
a centimeter. Just snuck it right through. Just perfect, really, in the end, though.
Yeah, that's how I drew it up. Yep.
Peter, little off the line, but almost had his shot where he wanted it. Paul's throwing a smooth turnover with the rock 3 right to the spot.
Yeah, I think that they're playing a different hole than I've been playing on this.
I'm definitely playing the same hole as you, at
Okay.
least on this particular day, because I shanked this.
Yeah, that's kind of what every one of my tee shots on this holes look like. Actually, you have a look.
Yeah.
You have a look.
I missed my gap by 30 feet.
You're about twice the distance of any of my tee shots so far in this hole.
Just laying up from Peter. Not much you can do, especially trying to get around that tree.
Yep. Sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that green does slope away too. If you get it over that hill,
Yeah.
you can find yourself with a 40-foot putt that you think that you're under the basket.
Yeah, and it's hard ground there too. Like a little slow roll is liable to go outside the circle.
Certainly. It's happening.
Got to take a 3. At this point, I'm feeling pretty frustrated. Even par through 6 holes. I think I was 6 down the first round through 6 holes. So
It's time to get things going.
you don't really want to be 6 off your own pace.
Yeah,
6 holes in.
That's tough. When you start relating your rounds to previous rounds, it can add a little bit too much pressure.
Sometimes it can.
Yeah, it's unnecessary, but you want to, if you birdied a hole the day before, you want to get it again.
Of course.
Yeah, you know how to do it. You did it yesterday.
Yeah. Hole 7. This is a nice hole, I think. It's got a really fair width to length ratio. So the gap is wide enough that it really plays fair. It's best for a forehand. A backhand could be done, but it's going to be pretty tricky. But you just kind of want to play a sort of a straight forehand disc and then take your nice skip up to the green.
Yeah, I don't think that you really want to go with something too overstable here. You want something that will skip.
Yeah, because it's too long for a really overstable shot. And that's about perfect.
I'm liking his chances of making that putt.
Yeah, he's feeling all right. This is Paul with a Thunderbird.
It's a bit wide. I think the disc choice is great because it's going to have that straight flight without too much skip up.
Yep.
Like we mentioned yesterday, if you throw something too overstable and you do skip up the hill, you have a chance to roll back down if you throw something too overstable. So you want to throw something that has a moderately stable, straight stable flight. Mm-hmm. Something like a Nate Sexton Firebird.
Yeah, that tends to work pretty well.
Mm-hmm. That's where you want to be, folks, right at the end of that log. And I feel like that's about as good as you're going to be able to get it back in. It's to that log.
Yeah.
If you can get it all the way up the hill, you need to teach me.
This shot was something special, I thought.
Wow. Yeah, that's up high early.
Nice dodge.
Nice dance moves. Up high and early right on this hole is death.
Yeah.
And he managed to avoid it.
Paul putting a bid on it.
I'd say he's one of the best in the game at that distance.
Yeah, easily.
It's what's so impressive about those putts is that they seem to come in at the same speed and height as his 25 footers.
Yeah,
I don't know how he does
know.
that. It's amazing.
It's a valuable skill.
Great save.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, Peter really was in a tough spot up there, pinched and needing to throw that smooth turning backhand, and he nailed it.
Yeah, that's great scramble right there.
And then finally, it's going to be Simon's turn.
50-50, what do you say? Make it or no?
I think he's got it.
Oh, made it. Good putt, Simon.
Yeah, great forehand from Simon there. 2 birdies, 2 pars. Moving on to probably the shortest hole on the course, but also pretty tricky.
It can be. There's always that strong ripping right to left wind, and that makes it difficult choosing the right disc.
Yep, and it makes it hard to move right because you need the disc to move so far right, but that wind is killing that forehand hyzer.
Yeah, I've seen everything from spike hyzer high to the low skip.
Yep.
But the distance control is incredibly important here because you see right behind the basket, you have a cliff that just drops straight down, and there's a lot of thick bush there too. So
yeah,
it's really important to not go long.
Yeah, so Simon's executing the skip shot pretty nicely here.
Yep.
Staying under the wind.
You'd like to be a little bit closer on this basket just because it seems like it's so exposed to the wind. You're always putting into a pretty strong wind.
Yes.
And like we said, that green is so scary. If you miss that putt and go down the hill, you're in trouble.
Definitely. And you could see kind of mine wouldn't take a skip because of that wind. It just kind of got held out. Paul went to school on my line, got it a little higher.
Yep.
And that's perfect.
50-50.
It is pretty windy.
Yeah, it is windy.
And then Peter also going with the low line.
Skip. And see, when it gets exposed like that, it really doesn't want to push all the way to the right. It's just going to stop it.
Skipped a little too high. This is a tough putt.
Yep.
Just because of wind.
Yep. And he's actually on the side of the green where he can avoid going down the hill if he misses like we saw there. Mm-hmm. That's a solid putt.
That putt I was way more proud of than you might think.
No, of course that's one of those tournament putts. In practice, that's pretty routine. In tournament time in the wind,
yeah,
I don't want to say a bonus, but that feels great.
It was just like the putt I missed on hole 3. Into a headwind, 25 feet. Not a putt that I feel like is my strong suit. And but I'm sort of just trying to work on them, and I was really happy to hit that one center.
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
Good catch, good putt. What do you think? Yes or no?
I'm gonna go no. Oh,
you'd be wrong, Nate. He made the putt.
I was half. I got the last one right, so we're even.
Okay.
All right. 3 birdies there. Moving on to the 9th and final hole from our front 9, and we got kind of a short technical par 4 here.
Yeah, par 4, par 3 doesn't really matter. It's a great hole. The only thing that I would like to see is that railing there to be gone. It doesn't really come and play that much, but aesthetically it kind of gets in the way. But other than that, the hole is terrific.
Yep.
Right side, left side, no good. You want to keep this one right down the middle.
Yeah, very tricky shot. So Simon here kind of misses his line, but he is parked.
Yeah, that tree didn't hurt either.
Yeah, he missed the line. He was, Simon's a guy, he really wants to execute a shot, so he turned around going, oh, that was so lucky, I can't believe it.
Yeah, right.
But I just told him, dude, luck happens, just make the putt.
Right. That's the play I feel like for...
That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, if anyone with the forehand, especially one that they trust more than their backhand in these kind of situations, you just kind of want to throw something maybe 300 feet or so. You don't need to throw too far and just get it down the middle.
Yep. Paul hit that tree that Simon just barely snuck around.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to miss by a lot than miss by a little.
And Simon and I had that exact conversation walking up the fairway just because Simon's shot was probably 2 feet worse than both Paul's and Peter's.
And they hit the same tree.
But they both hit the tree and he got through, and that's just how disc golf works. It'll never change. That's how it works.
Yep.
Trees everywhere.
Yep.
Sometimes you get through, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, trees are so important to this game. I mean, making it fun. I think that you got to have the technicality that we have with this, and those
Kind
are
of a
two.
bad bounce for Peter there.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough there, and Paul's approach is looking great too, and just kind of a little bit too much speed, but.
Hardest part about that shot, since the bushes were so high, my beard was actually in my line.
That's a problem that not many people have.
I've never had it before, but yeah, just a little bit in the line.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever caught your beard on anything yet?
No. Luckily, no. Oh my gosh.
Are you serious?
Why do you make us watch this?
That's heartbreaking. Yep, you'll take that.
Easy little eagle to put him 9 down through 9.
Wow. 9 down through 9.
Not much of a problem.
And he's probably not even really satisfied in his mind just because I know how he thinks.
Yeah.
I know he's thinking, I missed that line terribly, and he actually is feeling guilty about it. Yeah. But he'll take it.
Yeah, he has no choice.
This is a second.
Unfortunate spit through for Paul. So a couple 4s for Paul and Peter, a birdie 3 for me, and an eagle 2 for Simon. And that's all we've got for the front 9. So I just want to say again, thanks to Jomez, thanks to Matt Siri and the Nick Hyde crew, thanks to Germ for joining me. We're going to catch you guys real soon for the finish to this round.
Yeah, I can't wait.